This is my intro song because all the songs in the world are copyrighted. And this is my page. It's called Out of Range. And here's my ugly face. And I gotta go. That's my song. Hello, good morning. This is day 4. Day 4, I think. There's something scurrying over there. There's a mouse in here somewhere. I can hear him. I slept in. Looks like the sun's up though, which is awesome. I'll be able to charge up my solar lights. I don't know what I'm doing today, but I gotta go figure out what that noise is first and foremost. Oh, sore. Let's do this. I've had these sticky pads in here for 3 months. Never caught a mouse. It's the first one. I actually threw the other ones away. Finally, one that works. Okay, coffee's done. It's pretty chilly day out. The thermometer says -12, but the wind's from the north again. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. So, first thing to do today is deer roast. We're gonna slow cook that thing all day on the stove in the Dutch oven. So I'm gonna get to that right away. We're going to sear it in a cast iron pan first. Let's get to it. Oh, that smells good already. All right, I think that's good enough. You just sear it first. Apparently it locks in the flavor. Here's the secret ingredient right here. A little bit of onion soup mix. A little bit of water. Stir that up right now. And we just drop that bad boy right in there. Oh yeah. I'm gonna add some real onions in there now. And then we're gonna let that simmer pretty much all day, making sure it doesn't get too hot. And later on, during the day, we're gonna add, I'm thinking potatoes, carrots. Sound good? Oh, yeah. So, in case you're wondering about my smoking yesterday, I know I ended the video and never mentioned it. I had one cigarette all day out on the lake in the afternoon. But then last night when I was sitting in here editing, I think I had at least 3 or 4, which is not good. So, first day, I smoked a grand total of 5 cigarettes. So we're going to try and beat that today. had one yet, so guess what that means? I gotta make something to eat. I'm gonna try and get rid of these bagels before they don't last that long. And yeah. Can you see it? Can you see the thumb? There it is. Hello, people. Okay, so I'm just packing up some stuff here. We're gonna go set some rabbit snares today, but I was packing my stuff and I got to the paracord part, and I figured instead of trying to show you guys stuff out there where it's cold and my hands will be cold, I can get a nice close-up here. I thought I'd show you a couple of my most useful knots. So the first one is called a Canadian jam knot, or I think it's called an arbor knot if you're not from Canada. I showed you how to do it when I built the tripod for the shed with the wraps and fraps, but for some reason that video was recorded in fast forward, so you missed the entire lesson. So we'll show you that now. So this is called a Canadian jam knot. Basically, when you want to really tie two things together and have it not let go, you would use this. So this cord is all frayed, so we're just gonna cut the end off. When your cord's are frayed, it's hard to do with a camera in my face. When your cord's are frayed like this, just burn the end. Burn the end. Blow it out. Lick your fingers because that is extremely hot. And that's it. No more fray. Okay. So Canadian jam knot. Let me just fix you up here. We'll go through the bed. A Canadian jam knot. Actually, I don't need to do the bed. The first thing you want to do when you're doing a Canadian jam knot is just put a stopper knot on the end. Now, most people will just do a regular knot, right? And that's it, stopper knot. But when you want to reuse your paracords, that knot is going to be really hard to undo. You probably have to cut it. You lose that 2 inches. So what I like to do is just make a removable stop knot. That way, I got a knot in the end, right? Instead of just that normal knot. But if I want to reuse my rope later, I can reuse it, okay? So you start with a stopper knot. You can, like I said, you can do that simple one and not worry about it. But I like to use this one because I can reuse the rope, okay? Next step after you have a stopper knot is your jammer. So your jammer is just a simple loop in the line. It's hard to keep my hands in focus. Okay, your stopper knot is still here. You got that regular loop in the line. Then you're going to take the other end of the cord. Sorry, this one's really long. I gotta use the shorter one. I guess I could have used the shorter one. So, stopper knot, loop, pass it through. Okay. And like I said, this rope's too long for demonstrating. And this loop underneath that you've created, that's what you're going to jam with. Okay. So let me get my backpack and I'll show you. Can you see that? Okay. So let's say you have, you're making a tripod, you have the 3 poles. The first knot, this jammer knot, you would have put that around there, right? Now when you pull this tight, you can reef on that as hard as you want. And it will not let go, okay? Now the beauty about the Canadian jam knot is you can take it apart easily, right? Like usually you're gonna keep going, you're gonna wrap and frap around your other things, but that's the Canadian jam knot, and you can take it apart quite easily. Even if I couldn't slide it off, you could see that I can take it apart quite easily. And again, this rope is too long for demonstrations, but all the way back out, right? That's just a simple loop that you can undo. Okay, and then you're back to your stopper knot, which we made removable. Okay, Canadian jam knot. All right, next knot is called a taut line knot. Now the taut line, you're going to use that to, when you're securing, let's say, a tarp, or you know, when you're putting up a tent, you want to kind of stretch it out, tie it to a tree. This is a taut line knot. So you're going to take your end, let's say that's a tree. It's kind of horizontal, but let's just say that's a tree. Go around the tree, okay? I'm going to try and stretch my arms around so you can see this. So around the tree, you're going to cross over the top and pinch it. Pinch it, make an X right there. Pinch, right? You're around the tree. And real simple, from the bottom up, you go once, you go twice, okay? Then over the top of that back line and through. And that's it. That's your taut line knot. Now the beauty of the taut line knot is I can loosen it or I can tighten it, right? See that? So that's holding my tent, and then it gets loose. Well, I can tighten it by just sliding it. The reason it slides is we did those 2 loops, and that's what's binding. And then the knot that's holding it together is not binding, and it's not very tight, which makes this really easy to undo, right? Now let's say things stretch out, now your tarp's a little loose. You can just, oh, that would be loosening it, and this would be tightening it. And it holds. And like I said, it's easy to undo because the 2 first loops are what's binding. So when you're done camping, it's that keeper knot is not tight, and you can undo that fairly easily. Okay, so taut line knot. All right, next knot is called, I think it's called a Prusik knot. I just call it the toggle knot. A lot of times you want to attach a toggle. You can actually use this to, if you don't want that adjustable taut line, if you're attaching to a tree, something very easy to remove. So basically all you do is go around your tree. Let's pretend there's one, okay? There's the end of the rope. Flip your hand. Flip that cord up. I don't know if you can see that. So I flip the cord up to make a loop, and then I just grab right there, that end, and pull it through. Oops, dropped it a little bit. Pull it through. Then, so let's say you're around the tree. I'm going to use a toggle because I would use the taut line on a tree, and then you can just tighten that down. Oops, my tree let go. And there's a toggle. I could break this pin in half. It's not going to let go. Pull your toggle out, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, so those are 3 knots. There's a few more, but I think those are the ones I'm going to use today. And that way you'll know what I'm talking about without me having to film this video and freezing my fingers off. So I'm just going to finish packing up the backpack because we're going on foot today to try and conserve gasoline. And we're going to go look for some rabbit sign. Talk to you soon. Okay, we're off. We're going to walk across the lake here. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, you poor suckers, hot down. Yeah, we're just going to walk across the lake back to that trail. Lucifer's Laneway, as I like to call it. We don't have any lines in the water this morning because that would be unethical and against the law to leave them unattended. So basically we're looking for game trails, rabbit game trails. They like to use the same paths over and over again, so if you can get one that's been pounded down, especially recently, we could set up some snares. I'm planning on being gone. Man, that's nice. I don't know if you could see the crystallization of the snow, but that's real pretty. What did I say? Yeah, I'm gonna set some snares. Now, once we set them, we're gonna probably have to do this every day. Check them. Otherwise, wolves, coyotes, foxes, they'll eat whatever you trap, right? If we do trap something. Okay, just Gonna make some miles. I left all my cigarettes, so I'm gonna be gone most of the day. Can't smoke even if I wanted to. Doing good. Talk to you soon. So I didn't have to go very far. I'm still at the lake. And as soon as I walk in here, there is some rabbit trails in here. It's pretty pounded around the base of that tree. Right there. Right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. See, this has been used quite a bit. Goes all the way to that tree I was saying. So this is good potential, but that would make for a boring day to go 10 feet and be done. So we'll keep this one in mind, and we'll keep tracking. This is the crazy hill that I was worried about getting up. If you could see, way over there, there's a rock. Maybe I'll walk up to it and show you. Right there, you see that rock slash. Oh my God, climbing hills is not good. Good thing I quit smoking. Right here. Bang, bang. Not good for the snowmobile. Man, there's game sign everywhere. There's not a partridge. That's a rabbit. Anyways, we'll keep going and I'll try and find you guys a nice highway. It's like a great big moose. Came up the last day or two. Came up from there. Maybe more than one. And they followed my trail. We got ourselves a little trail here. A nice little tree to hook up to, so I'm just gonna put a snare together. Here in Ontario it has to be brass and it can't be bigger than 4 inches. Those are the rules. I didn't make the rules, but those are the rules. Okay, so there we are. You just make a little loop and that's your snare. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm guessing you can. So I'm just going to sneak in there and attach that to the tree. Okay. That was not that much fun. You get the idea. Put a couple of sticks on either side so he doesn't jump around, and hopefully we get to have some rabbit stew. Yeah, buddy. You guys can see that. So interesting thing just happened. My favorite conservation officer, Mr. Lalonde, super nice guy. He takes care of this whole area here. He showed up and checked my licenses and just asked me what the hell I'm doing out here. Everything was okay, but he decided to take Lucifer's laneway all the way to the lake to go through all my stuff. I told him I had a couple of fish on ice, so he wants to make sure I'm not poaching, which is fine. Plus, I don't think he paid for that snowmobile he's driving, so he can beat the shit out of it. He knew exactly what I was talking about, though. He said he's been here before, and there was way more snow than this, and that was rough going on the snowmobile, but I guess he seen my truck parked and decided to, he must be bored. Not too many people are doing much at this time for a conservation officer, so he saw a truck parked in the forest and thought, I'll go see what he's up to, which is cool. Anyway, he could have gave me a ride back. I wouldn't have taken it. We'll probably meet up with him on his way out. Anyways. So, there's the M&R guy. He's probably checking to see why my rod is still on that pole. Thinking I left an active line there, but I didn't. Anyways, I hope he's not an asshole today. Disaster. A disaster just happened. I'm having a cigarette. So, our friendly neighborhood conservation officer just shut us down. We gotta go. Considers this a permanent structure. And, I don't know. I told him I'll pick it up, put it on the ice, make it an ice hut. He said, that's not an ice hut. Not only do I have to leave, all of this stuff has to be taken out. He gave me a time limit, but it has to be taken out. And told me he will be coming back to check and make sure nothing's hidden in the bush. So this entire fucking thing's gotta be taken out. Fuck my life, man. Oh, fuck my life, man. I don't even know what to say right now. I got nothing. Okay. Okay, well, we're not gone yet. We're still filming. Still got some things on the go. Still got that deer. We were gonna make pitch glue today. I was gonna start carving some stuff today. I was gonna put out the ice hut today. I was gonna do a lot of fucking things. I don't know what the fuck is going on or what I did, but these last 4 weeks really testing me. Anyway, smoked fish. Grandpa made that. It's fucking delicious. Smoked fish, cheese. Trying to get a little bit of a bass in my stomach because it's Thursday, which means it's Thirsty Thursday, which means instead of hauling all of this booze out because I have to go, It's a fucking theme lately. I gotta go. I can't be anywhere. No matter where I am and what plan I think I have, somebody else tells me I gotta go. It's getting really fucking annoying. What was I saying? It's Thursday. I'm gonna drink all the fucking booze. It's for my Thirsty Thursday boys. We're getting freaking hammered today. This is probably gonna be a short episode because I don't know how much footage I got of setting snares and all that other bullshit. But that's pretty much it. Might show you the deer later. And then maybe tomorrow we'll do. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel better. I doubt it. Fucking pissed. Yeah. Okay. The show must go on. Let's make that pitch glue. So I mentioned it a couple of times in the last episodes. We collected some sap, which I have in here. We ate some smoked oysters to get this perfect little cooker can. The other thing we need would be a stick, which is not hard to find. Sorry, I've been drinking. We have a stick. I'm gonna need that. And in order to make that pitch, we need some charcoal, which I pulled out of the stove yesterday. And another thing that helps, and I'll show you why in a minute. And this is where you're gonna say, that boy's crazy, what is he doing? The other thing we need is, I had a snack on the lake yesterday, and I found rabbit shit. Now, it's fresh rabbit shit, so what we're gonna do is dry it out. We're gonna put it in that oyster can, just put it on the fire, try and dry it out, and I'll show you why later on. Okay, you're probably wondering what pitch glue is if you haven't heard of it. Pitch glue is basically what it is, it's glue. So, back in the olden days, I think this is Native American, they used to make pitch glue. And they could use that to glue their arrowheads or glue axe handles. It's glue, and we're going to make it. Basically, you use pine tar, some ground up charcoal, which we're going to do right now, and you don't have to, but rabbit turds helps. It adds like a fiber to it, makes it a little bit better. So let's grind up some of this charcoal just onto this napkin here. That's making quite the mess. Okay, I'm going to grind some of this up, and the rabbit turds are on the stove drying out, and I'll show you the next step. Just filling my bed up full of pieces of wood. No big deal. Don't really have to do this, but I figured we'd make a pretty stick. Safety first, kids. There's our stick. Just trying to dry out these rabbit turds. I also wanted to do some wood carving while I was out here. Whoa. So I found this nice piece of maple. That's a nice dense hardwood. So I'm going to try and whittle myself a wooden spoon, even though I won't need it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyways because I said I would. So I'll just start by peeling it back. This is not something you're going to watch me do. I'm just showing you that I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll show you a progress. I only have 2 more days here, so not sure if I'll get it done, but we're going to attempt it. Okay, so our rabbit turds are nice and dried out. So we're just going to crush them up into a powder now. This is that spoon I was telling you I was going to work on. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a fibrous, it's fibrous. A little more. Can you see that? Rabbit poop. Okay. Now that we have our charcoal all grounded up, we have our rabbit turds grounded up. Time to throw that pitch in that can. We're going to melt up that sap here. I was kind of on the lake, so the only thing I could find to put it in was this ice fishing rag. Oh, you could see it's warm in here. It's already kind of oozing. I opened up the key on the stove so that it gets nice and hot. Oh, don't want that there. It's going to smell. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Got a little bit more here. Oh, that's more than I thought it was. Sticky. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that melt up and make it gooey. Progress. Okay, guys. So that stuff's all melted down. Now what we want to do is add, so I don't know if you can see this, but I got some charcoal, way too much, and some ground up rabbit turd, way too much. We're just going to add a little bit of this stuff in there. Then what you do is you take your stick. I'm going to give it a little stir. Oh, get back up there. Glove, glove, glove. This is going to be hot. Can you still see? I'm going to add a little more. More rabbit turd. A little more charcoal. Stir. I don't know if you can see. It's got to stay hot or else it cools off really quickly. Stay. Okay, I think that's it. So now, what you want to do is take your stick. You're going to remove it from the flame. And it hardens pretty quickly. It cools pretty quickly. But as it cools and hardens, I'm going to roll that stuff onto this stick here. Okay? Probably can't do it on camera. There's the camera. There's the camera. That's not going to work. Ooh, that might work. Like I said, this stuff's going to cool pretty quickly. You can't see, can you? But as it cools, you just want to kind of roll that stuff on the tip of your stick. So I'm going to do that because it's hard to do on camera, and I'll get back to you. Okay, sorry about the lantern, but it's getting dark. So, like I was saying, you just kind of roll your stick in it, you pull some out. It cools very quickly, see? It's a little soft. And then this will harden, you dip it again, hardens, dip it again, and you kind of collect that. So this is going to cool off, and this will be hard as a rock. Now anytime you need a really good glue, all you do is heat up the tip a little bit, and it's like a glue stick. They used it for, like I said earlier, arrowheads, attaching their axe heads to the axe handles. It's really good stuff. I was going to show you how good it is and make a little project, but we're only going to be here for another day or two. I don't know if I'll get to it. But there you go, pitch glue. You can glue all kinds of stuff with this if you're stuck in the woods. So all it is pine sap, carbon, and charcoal, and rabbit shit, all mixed together. You just melt it together and stir it, and there you go. This will harden hard as a rock. And then whenever I need it, I'm repeating myself, but I just heat it up, and you got glue. You guys want to see progress on my spoon? I got carried away. I wasn't even going to do it. But, ta-da. I'm sanding it. I'm sanding it right now, so it's almost done. just to stir in the, you know, cast iron. Yesterday I needed something. Turned out pretty awesome. I put this little nub on the end so that I could put a rope on it, hang it. Pretty damn awesome if I do say so myself. Okay, that's it. Next video might be dinner, or it might just be me really hammered because I'm getting drunk. Okay, bye. Apparently I've completely given up on life. Look at this mess. No wood carving. That's my bed full of shit. I can't find anything. Oh well. We'll clean tomorrow. Okay, it's like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I've been drinking pretty heavily, but my dinner is done. Look at that. Oh my god, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna pound some food and go to sleep. Today sucked, but well, I'm filming the floor. We're gonna eat, we're gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow's a new day. We gotta figure a plan out, or I don't know, later.